Today is gonna be an exciting day because guess what? And we have a package that just arrived. Don't mind towels and the fan. We had some leakage going on in our sink, but look at this. Just got here.
It came! It finally came! The big one.
Ooh, there she is. Ooh. Coda, what do you think that is, Coda? Wow, this box is way bigger than what I expected it to be. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Thank you so much, Try. Look how awesome this looks already. Sounds like a hard case to me. What do we do? We're gonna grab this first. Chibattery systems. What we got here? What's in the box? What's in the box? Within the box? Oh, sick. Thank you, Chai. Sick shirt. Can never go wrong with the Chibattery system shirt. Down off to the side. Okay, looks like we got a cable. Oh, the extender to charge the battery and to plug it into my bike. And yes, I do keep my bike in my room, and yeah, she actually helps. Like, look, she's helping me record from the top down. We all gotta have all the views. There's never enough footage. Okay, we have their new charger for the battery. Sick. So I'm gonna place this off to the side. I can't go wrong with this. Satisfying. Instructions. Put this all back in here. What we got in this box? Hardware kit. Okay. Yep, looks like we're gonna have to do a little bit of work. I think it's an extender. I believe our batteries are extended, but this might make it perfect. So we're gonna have to change that out. And we got some cords that we're definitely gonna probably need. Yep, this is the new QS8 connector that this battery apparently has. Oh my god, this is so needed. So when I first got my battery, I shaved down the plastic part because I didn't have this so the battery could fit. But now I could take out that ghetto part and put in this fresh Chai bottom plate. Oh, I'm so excited. And now for the main course, it looks like. Okay, let's not grab it by the cord. So what we have here is a 72 volt, 55 amp hour. Woo! Once again, thank you, Chai. The side-by-side comparison. Wow, I'm actually surprised. They are about the same height. Everything actually looks the same. This one is just hard cased and a 72 volt. And this one is not a hard case, but a 60V60. Huh. So now I'm gonna show you guys how to install this beast of a battery. So let's go ahead and actually see what the charge is at. So while the battery's charging, we're only gonna need a couple things, which is the bottom plate for the battery. We're gonna need a couple of these connectors and the riser for your battery cover. You're not gonna need this. If you do put this, this is just going to delete the breaker. This just allows a lot of more power to run through the battery to your controller. But since we have a BAC 4000, we're not gonna need that. We could just run it off the original breaker. So let's get to the bike. So now that you are at your bike, there's only a couple tools that you need to get this build started. Let's go grab the tools. Now there's only a couple tools that we're gonna need. We are going to need a 3, a 4, and a 5-inch Allen keys. We're gonna need the 3 to remove the battery bottom plate. We're going to need the 5 to remove the bottom skid plate because we do need to get under the battery plate to get one screw. And you're gonna need the 4 for the lid. So let's get to that. And first, you are gonna want to remove the bottom plates for the battery. There's only 5 Allen screws that you need to remove. Now there's the standard battery tray. Oh yeah, actually we do have to take these out for the skid plate because it does have a little back plate thing to protect the whole bottom half of the bike. I forgot. When you have a foot lock, it's actually a 6. It is not a 5. There's no biggie, just another screw you don't want to lose. And now that this is off. So now we have access to the bottom of the battery. So we're gonna need to get up there to that silver part, which you could kind of see. Damn, look at this battery tray. It looks so much more better. Gosh. So for the battery tray, you just do everything you did, but reverse. You know what I think is so funny is that every time I don't know if it's only me. Let me know in the comments is that when you're working on your bike, you know, you find other broken things that did not know was broken. The bottom tray is now in. Let's reattach the skid plate now. Okay, now there is the skid plate. So now we are going to be needing to grab one of these cords, which is going to be this left side. Only one fits that wire here. So now we got one of the wires. Super simple to install. Just put one over the other. And boom, just like that. Now we are going to go ahead and try to fit this battery inside the bike, which it should be a perfect fit. Now that the battery's in, we could go ahead and connect the QS8 to this connector, which should fit perfectly. And honestly, before you do connect these two connectors, remember to turn off the breaker. Could turn on the breaker now, which is super simple. Just have something small to reach in there and flick the lever. Oh, she's on. So now that your battery is in your bike, you are ready to tune. We're not ready to ride yet, unfortunately, but we have to tune this 72-volt battery to your controller. It's gonna vary between which controller you have. I have a BAC 4000, and I'm going to show you how to tune it, which is very simple, but takes a little more time than you think it does.
What are you doing?
Learning how to tune the egg grinder. It's been 2 years.
2,000 years later.
So now in this part where you are going to be tuning the controller, which is super simple. Depending on what controller you have, you're going to need a certain app for that controller. But for this controller specifically, we have eMotor Bros. So we're going to go ahead and go to the eMotor Bros app, where you are going to have to turn on the bike. Now that the bike is turned on, egg rider is now turned on. We are going to press the scan, and as you can see, there it is. It found our controller, and from here, there's only a couple things that you change. A 72-volt Chi battery. This is what a BAC 4000 can handle, which is 12,000 watts for throttle power and 400 phase current. If you want to mess with anything else, it is in there, but this is what I like my settings as. As for general, but from here you don't have to change the brake parameters or throttle parameters. You just have to scroll all the way down to battery parameters and make sure you change it to 72 volt. And make sure you click save. Now that was for your controller. Now you have to tune your egg rider. So it is very simple. So depending on your egg rider, you might have to update it. And all you do to do that, you scroll down. So there's a couple things you should know knowing the egg rider app. Press that, you connect. You're gonna press on the 3 lines next to the 0. Press on the other 3 lines up here in the corner. And we are gonna go first to display setting. All you're gonna do from here is scroll all the way down to battery settings. Always remember to read before you change anything. And now you can change. So the only couple things that you should look at right here is wheel size. We're gonna go ahead and switch that to 19-inch rims, and that's gonna vary between what rims you have. For my screen, I think I want to go with the V2. There's 3 versions there, but I like the V2. And lastly, we are going to the battery. So at battery, you're going to go scroll all the way down to 72 volts, and you're going to switch the capacity to 55 amp hour. Since this Chai battery is a 72 volt, 55 amp hour, changing it to 55. Boom. Now we write. You're going to see saving on the display. And now all you do from here, this is crucial, is that you turn off the egg rider and you turn it back on. You're gonna do that after every save. Go back to search, we pull the page down. So now we are going to scan. Once again, we found our egg rider. So we have found our egg rider. We are going to click onto the 3 lines next to the 0, click on the 3 lines in the corner, and now we are going to ASI setting. Now from here, you are going to set it to 12,000 for throttle max power, just like the controller is. The PAS max power is going to be 5,000. Motor phase current is going to be 400. And remember that this is all different with every single controller. Your settings are going to be different. Specifically for this battery, which is a 72 volt, 55 amp hour, this is what the safe settings are for it. You can go up more, but it's not recommended as you can blow your controller. Your throttle max speed is going to be 127 for both. I like to keep my regen at 1 through 10. You can change that if you want to. PAS max speed, you're going to want to change that. So remember, before you change anything, you read. Now you can change things. You're going to change that to 127, 127 for both. Your battery current limit and your field awakening. I keep those both the same, and now remember to write. And since it's done writing, once again, turn off the egg rider and turn it back on. That is all the egg rider settings and controller settings that you need to do for this to work. All right, so now our bike is pretty much ready to go. Our egg rider is tuned, our BAC 4000 is tuned, and now we could spin the throttle and our bike is ready to go. Now all we have to do is wait for the daylight. So let's hit tomorrow. So now we are going to be doing a range test. So let's go ride. Now we're going to go ahead and start up a little range app. Make sure that it's accurate on how fast we're going and the distance traveled. Is it weird to feel a bit nervous riding now that it's a 72 volt? Like, if you didn't know, I've been riding a 60V60 battery for a while. I think maybe there's like a 15 mile per hour difference compared to the two. And I could actually feel how much heavier the bike is by just having that hard case on. So cool. Let's pop up our bike. So I do have my settings at the highest power now, which on the egg rider it is 9. So I should be pulling around 12,000 kilowatts. Ooh, it's already scary talking about it. Scared him. Woo! No lie, that felt so smooth. I feel like I could pick up my bike at any speed. It feels so awesome. But I wonder, am I going to be getting the same range as the 60V60 by 5 more amps? So the first thing I can notice about this battery is how fast it picks up. I feel like I could go now about like 50 or 60 miles an hour and I could still pick up the bike. Uh-oh. Looks like we got some harbor police. Ooh. Not the taxi driver. Maybe I should get in the bike lane and he wouldn't notice me. Yep, you know, if there's one thing I do not like about this bike right now, it is this wire. Look how far this wire is stretching. Like, if I land on this from like a standee, rip these apart. When I used the foot brake, I could feel my knee hitting this wire. I don't know if I like that too much. Let me know in the comments if there's a way around putting that wire away under the case. So I maybe like lift the case higher. Just let me know in the comments. Now we are at my favorite park here in San Diego, Kate Session. It has the most beautiful view of pretty much everything that you want to see in San Diego. At least the good, the good side, how people say. With this new battery, guys, like, I can't say it enough. It feels honestly so great. It's helping me with balance points since it's more heavy. It's pulling my bike back. It feels so good. Off-road vehicle activity prohibited. Gotcha. That means to ride here, of course. There's no doubt about it. Because, he's here for a good reason, Definitely, probably not camping. I wonder who he's talking to. I'm curious. Maybe I don't want to know who he's talking to. Look at this, and now we are on a little bike trail, jog trail right next to the freeway. I mean, how more romantic could this ever get doing a battery review? Yep. NPC. Like, they just spawned into this world like it's like Rust or like an Ark Survival. What's super cool about riding through here is that nobody really knows about these trails. And honestly, it's just super relaxing, like in downtown going through trees. Oh, now we are pretty much at 20% left. There's one thing that you never do to your bike is run it down to 0. It is super unhealthy for the battery. Just to stay safe, I don't want to be pushing our bike, home. We are still pretty far. But to be honest, I still think this battery could pop it up, and I'm going 30 miles an hour. Still at 20%. Let's give it a try. Yep. We are on our way home. So I'll see you guys when we get home, because we literally probably only have 10% left. All right, boys, we have officially made it back home. So let's go ahead and see the results of this battery. It looks like we have 66 volts left. Let's go ahead and see what the battery percentage is on the battery. So on our battery, so that's 7% left on the battery. That is too scary to go down any lower. Imagine if I had to get away from something. 7% ain't bringing me far. So now there's only one thing before we go that we have to check, and that's the range. Drum roll, please. Wow, guys. A distance of 45.26 miles. That is super good for a 72 volt. And we were riding for about 2 hours. The average speed was about 20 miles an hour. And the max speed I went was 70 miles an hour. And yeah, guys, that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Go ahead and check out Chai. Their batteries are absolutely amazing. The customer support is top notch. I absolutely love them. But I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.
I hope we're still friends. Yeah, I hope you don't mind.